Good day, good morning, good eve, and Happy New Year! Welcome to another episode of Don't Watch That, a series where I synopsize, chastise, and eroticize, just kidding, films, mostly horror. Hashtag Float came out a couple weeks ago, and starred for new horror content at the time. I decided to give it a watch. The film follows a hopeful live streamer with the goal of becoming insta-famous, partying up with her friends on a river where a personal tragedy happened just 1 year ago. No spoilers today, so let's just jump right on into it, search it, and find out how hard we gotta work it. The film opens with what appears to be a young lady running through a clearing, her shirt covered in blood, but don't worry about that, we're moving on in like 2 seconds to an upside down rotating shot of a creek or something. This must be our river? This particular shot is quickly becoming a trope for these horror films, illustrating kinda heavy-handedly that the world is not what it seems. Ooh, yeah, no duh, doofus. The film's title surfaces for air in what looks like a shot produced by the CW. Wait a minute, is my TV messed up? Do I need to adjust my set? Oh no, it's just a clever way of showing that we're now transitioning to a live stream from the closest thing that could be considered a protagonist in the movie, Callie Fire. That's right, folks. We're now trapped in a low-budget horror found footage hybrid scarier than any ghouly, ghosty, or long-legged beastie. Callie takes us through a day in the life of an influencer, eating porridge, looking for lost contact lenses, blowing on hot liquids, applying pastes, and consuming toxic waste. Time for an unboxing vid. Ooh, I love these. I wonder what she's got in the box there. Oh, it's her dead friend's ashes. Well, that's not as fun as I was hoping, but nonetheless, she explains that it's time for her friend group's annual river floating extravaganza, and that old Chewy here bit the big one last year, and it won't be the same without him. Very sad. Her boyfriend Jackson suddenly bursts into bursts into frame. Freudian slip, my bad. He tells her it's time to go and asks why she's still doing this vlogger shit. No one even watches it anyways. What a dreamboat. Alright, now we're packing up the RV as we meet Madison, Callie's BFF for life, and Dee, their other friend. Time to go. So we hit the road, the girls doing hashtag just girl things, you know, like taking videos of videos, playing card games, and dancing with your dead friend's ashes. Maddie, Dee, and Callie take a break from all that excitement to ruminate on the tragedy that Chewy won't be there with them this year. They explain that, though everyone else was partying, Chewy was self-medicating, nursing some deep-seated issues. It must have fell in the river, jumped in the river, tried to drink the river. We're not really clear just yet. Oh well, buckle old Chewy up, we wouldn't want him getting hurt. The film talks about the other two friends who they are meeting, Blake and Zola, and how weird it is that they have a kid. How hot Blake is, but too much baggage. No one likes a kid, man. We're invincible. The future's so bright, we gotta wear shades, and introducing a new life into that equation could seriously make us have to ponder the question of mortality and what our purpose truly is in life. And that's definitely not a vibe. We made it to the river, pulling up to the river house. Skirt. We meet our candidates for the parents of the year, Zola and Blake. This guy always looks like he's chewing on a little rubber ball from the 50-cent machine. So hot. Turns out they're bringing the little one, Thea, because Zola's mom is trying to make her accept her responsibilities as a parent and isn't gonna babysit. What a fucking drag, man. Callie doesn't seem so unhappy with this, taking pics with Thea immediately, but Maddie and Dee don't look too pleased with this new development. Blake immediately flirts with Dee, and Zola, despite the two young parents allegedly being broken up, doesn't look very happy about this. Alright, back to the live stream. The ladies are getting ready for the river. Alright, back to theatrical ratio. The ladies are talking about Callie's budding career as a live streamer, and how Dee is not subscribed and just not being very supportive in general. Maddie is pretty upset about this, saying she just wants to see Callie succeed and be happy, and how Maddie has selflessly devoted her time to Callie's channel to help produce and appear in the videos. This scene is weird. It's like two parents talking about their child. They even act like she's not in the room with them. Bizarre. But fuck that, it's party time, baby, we doing it big. Oh, I miss my early 20s, drinking hard seltzer, creating a White Claw shrine with my dead friend's urn, wrestling with my dead friend's urn, railing lines of my dead friend's ashes off of some girl's leg, and just living life in the moment, struggling every second against confronting any emotional problems. Those were the days. The party continues deep into the night. Jesus Christ, look at this table. How can you people get anything done around here? What the fuck? Suddenly there's a knock at the door. It's creepy. No, really, this guy is credited simply as creepy. Huh. He warns them not to float the river this year as the river is taking certain people, like their friend. Blake and Jackson don't really seem convinced, taunting the man until he disappears in true horror movie fashion, all captured by Callie who, if you can believe it, was creating content out of the situation. Spooky, LOL. Down on the dock, Blake and Dee are spending some PG-13 rated quality time together. Dee suddenly gets up, does a sexy dance for about 30 seconds for absolutely no reason, then sits back down and tells Blake that they can't be together because he's got a kid and that's definitely not goals. This is a strange scene. This is a very strange scene. You just have to see it. Callie live streams her going to bed with Jackson, but cuts it off just before she'd have to put the rest behind a paywall, and so we're done with night one. In the morning, dude, seriously, they left Chewie out in the cold? Can you believe the flippant disrespect for this man? I mean, look at this fucking table. Who's gonna clean all of this up? Oh, God. Okay, enough table talk. I just get really passionate about cleaning up after yourself at a party. Maybe it was the fact that 9 out of 10 times back in the day, this ended up being my job when everybody else drank themselves into a wacky ER adventure. I don't know. Thea drinks a juice box as Dee verifies whether we're really taking a 7-year-old on the river, to which Zola replies, "It's not a dog, you can't just leave it in the bathroom for like 5 hours. Now this is pod racing." Callie, Jackson, and Blake are parking the RV in the lot, but as they get out, Creepy is waiting behind the door, warning them once again, don't float the river. If you're not familiar with this term, what it means is you pregame for several hours, then almost knock yourself out blowing up inner tubes and pool toys, then float around in murky water for between 2 to 3 Lord of the Rings films, standard time measurement, and then drink some more. I don't know that floating is as ubiquitous as the film's writers thought it was. Anyhow, Blake and Jackson taunt the man once again, calling him a dumb hick and throwing beer cans at him until he leaves. Good job, guys, you nailed it. Now head on over to that vegan taco truck and ask for 3 carne asadas. We're vegan, we don't have that. Okay then, vegan. 3 chickens? Seriously, guys. Anyways, they head out onto the river and a series of fatal misfortunes begins picking off the friends one by one. I was going to continue the plot, but alright, to be transparent, so I rented this movie, I ran out the 48-hour time limit, and this morning when I begrudgingly went to pay for it a second time, I couldn't find it anywhere. Seriously, it was as if the film vanished off the face of the earth. My guess is that the movie got poor reception immediately. The filmmakers probably thought it was because people were getting it confused with the Filipino-helmed Pixar film of the same title, or the upcoming 2023 film with the same title. Pulled it, and in a week or so it will appear with a new name, kind of like Cursor on Netflix became Choose or Die, and how Edge of Tomorrow became Live, Die, Repeat. I'm sure it will be something like Float, Stream, Die, or something like that. 12:21, 8:17 in the morning, I'm calling it. So should you watch it or should you don't watch it? I'd say go right on ahead and don't watch this one. I know, I'm usually so nice. The plot of this film is akin to a Stephen King story, only if Stephen King had been kicked in the head by a donkey as a child. Take something pretty innocuous and make it spooky. Woods was overdone, so we moved to the closest thing, a dirty old creek. It's not ever really apparent what is attacking these people. Is it Creepy? Is it the river? Is it Chewie's ghost? That's never really made clear, and the ending is pretty unsatisfying and kind of predictable once you realize the film has little to no direction. The actors, bad, sorry. Every line was delivered like the crew had been binging Xanax all day on set, and the dialogue definitely wasn't helping. It seemed like it was written to take shots at Zoomers, but what ended up happening was that everyone seemed like stroke victims, making bizarre decisions and just vomiting word salad constantly. The reactions to the events, especially the kills, were just so very strange. It's like no one cares about anything, and when they do try to play the drama up, it just becomes a laughable display of a bunch of actors and actresses either misunderstanding their motivation or realizing halfway through the shoot that this film was going to be a shit show and throwing in the towel. There really are no standouts here. Thea was kind of adorable in a way, but the writers seem to have crafted all of their lines for a much younger actor, so it comes off just a little weird. Or who knows, maybe Thea was supposed to be the product of very poor parenting, which wouldn't surprise me either. What little FX the film used were laughable, very similar to the poorly designed poster. The creek is like waist deep, so it's not even threatening, despite what the plot wants you to believe. Honestly, the river is not featured as much as one would think. Most of the film is spent in and around the woods, and almost every kill happens on land. I'm not sure what anyone involved in this film was thinking. It really seems like no two production members were ever in the same room together ever. Strange. All in all, #float seemed like one of those B movies that wanted to try and trick you into purchasing it, thinking you were getting something else. But I don't know what that would be. Maybe like It or something? You'll float too. I don't know. I have no clue. Save yourself the time and money and just go into a dark room and pound your head against a thick wall for 1 hour and 15 minutes. You'll leave with the same experience, I promise. They couldn't even fill 90 minutes. I wonder if they hope Netflix would pick the film up. Who knows? Maybe they will. But I'm gonna go now and forget that this film ever existed, just like all the streaming services seem to. What do you think of the film? What do you think of this video? And what do you think I should review next? Let me know in the comments, and check out my link tree here in a few seconds to see the other things that I do, including podcasts and Substack and TikTok and all that shit. Till next time.